Welcome aboard this extraordinary expedition into the clandestine world of commercial aviation, where the hidden world of flights unveils the fascinating mysteries concealed within every aircraft that graces our skies. While countless passengers settle into their seats without contemplating the engineering marvels that transport them through the heavens. Today, we're embarking on an illuminating voyage that will forever transform your perspective on air travel. Prepare yourself for revelations that will astound even the most seasoned travelers as we navigate through the sophisticated labyrinth of hidden technologies, covert operations, and ingenious safety mechanisms that operate silently around you at 35,000 feet. The invisible guardians among us. As you navigate the bustling boarding process, your primary concern likely centers on the character of your fellow passengers. Will the person beside you prove pleasant company for the journey ahead? While identifying problematic travelers might seem straightforward, have you ever contemplated the possibility that among your seemingly ordinary co-passengers lurk highly trained protectors whose very presence could mean the difference between a routine flight and a catastrophic incident? Federal air marshals, these elite law enforcement operatives, master the art of invisibility while maintaining constant vigilance throughout commercial flights. These undercover sentinels possess advanced tactical training and carry sophisticated weaponry. Yet they blend seamlessly into the passenger manifest, appearing as unremarkable as any business traveler or vacation-bound family. The mathematics of their deployment reveals the rarity of their presence. With approximately 30,000 daily commercial flights crisscrossing American airspace and merely 2,000 air marshals available nationwide, the probability of sharing your cabin with one of these covert guardians hovers below 1%. Their assignments follow strategic algorithms that prioritize routes deemed high risk based on intelligence assessments and threat analysis. Observant passengers might detect subtle behavioral patterns that distinguish these professionals. They typically travel unaccompanied with minimal personal belongings, though occasionally operate in pairs who maintain complete separation throughout the boarding process and flight duration. Their seating preferences gravitate toward aisle positions in the aircraft's rear section, providing optimal sightlines across the entire passenger cabin. During flight, these vigilant protectors maintain absolute sobriety, eschewing alcoholic beverages, avoiding sleep, and refraining from wearing headphones that might compromise their situational awareness. Their attire deliberately favors loose-fitting garments that accommodate concealed firearms, usually positioned at ankle holsters or waist-level retention systems. Should you suspect you've identified an air marshal, discretion becomes paramount. Drawing attention to their presence could compromise their operational effectiveness and potentially expose them to hostile actors with malicious intent. The ingenious chemistry of emergency oxygen. Those ubiquitous yellow oxygen masks that feature prominently in pre-flight safety demonstrations operate on principles far more sophisticated than most passengers realize, employing cutting-edge chemical engineering rather than conventional compressed gas storage systems. Behind the innocuous overhead panels lies a remarkable device known as an oxygen candle, a compact chemical reactor containing precisely calibrated compounds including barium peroxide, sodium chlorate, and potassium perchlorate. The forceful tugging motion passengers are instructed to perform serves a critical purpose beyond merely activating airflow. This action triggers a sophisticated ignition sequence that initiates an exothermic chemical reaction. When you pull the mask, a spring-loaded firing pin activates a miniature pyrotechnic charge, generating the intense heat necessary to catalyze the oxygen-producing chemical reaction. This innovative system represents a triumph of aerospace engineering, eliminating the weight penalties associated with bulky compressed oxygen cylinders while delivering reliable, breathable atmosphere for 10 to 14 crucial minutes. Sufficient time for pilots to execute emergency descent procedures to altitudes where ambient atmospheric pressure can sustain human consciousness. The elegance of this solution demonstrates aviation's relentless pursuit of efficiency, where every gram of weight reduction translates to improved fuel economy and operational performance. Decoding aircraft genealogy through registration numbers. The aircraft ferrying you to your destination carries a detailed pedigree encoded within its registration markings, revealing fascinating insights about its origins, operational history, and chronological age for those who understand the alphanumeric cipher. These tail numbers function as aviation's equivalent to automotive license plates, with the initial letters indicating the country of registration. American aircraft typically bear the prefix N, Canadian aircraft display C, while British registered planes carry G designations. The subsequent numerical sequences follow internationally standardized allocation protocols specific to aircraft categories, with trailing letters frequently referencing the operating carrier, such as UA, denoting United Airlines ownership. Sophisticated online databases enable curious passengers to decode these identifiers, revealing comprehensive specifications including passenger capacity, engine configuration, and most intriguingly, the precise manufacturing date. Contemporary commercial aircraft average approximately 27 years of active service before retirement, though numerous examples continue operating well beyond what many consider their prime years. A remarkable illustration of aviation longevity exists in Nolinor Aviation's Boeing 737-200, which has maintained continuous passenger service since 1974, demonstrating the effectiveness of meticulous maintenance protocols and strategic modernization programs. Contrary to common assumptions, aircraft age doesn't automatically correlate with diminished safety or reliability. Certain vintage designs possess unique capabilities that newer models lack, such as the 737-200's exceptional performance on challenging runway surfaces at remote airports, where contemporary aircraft might struggle to operate safely. The misnamed guardian angels of aviation safety. The notorious black box that dominates headlines following aviation incidents actually comprises two distinct recording devices painted in high-visibility international orange rather than black coloration. A flight data recorder that meticulously logs aircraft performance parameters, and a cockpit voice recorder that captures audio from the flight deck environment. These ruggedized devices function essentially as aerospace-grade data storage systems engineered to withstand catastrophic forces that would obliterate conventional electronics. Their construction specifications demand survival through impacts exceeding 310 miles per hour and exposure to temperatures approaching 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit for extended periods. Submersion scenarios activate an acoustic locator beacon that transmits standardized pings every second from depths reaching 20,000 feet, maintaining signal integrity for approximately 30 days to assist recovery operations. Strategic placement in the aircraft's tail section reflects statistical analysis indicating this area's higher probability of remaining structurally intact during crash scenarios. Beyond their somber association with accident investigation, these remarkable devices have revolutionized aviation safety by providing engineers with invaluable data that drives continuous improvements in aircraft design, operational procedures, and pilot training methodologies. Hidden lifelines concealed in wing architecture. Aircraft engineers have ingeniously integrated emergency evacuation aids directly into wing structures, creating potentially life-saving features that remain virtually invisible during normal operations, but could prove crucial during water landing scenarios. Passengers observing aircraft wings might notice two inconspicuous fittings positioned approximately one-third of the distance from the fuselage. These seemingly minor details represent sophisticated safety engineering designed to address the inherent challenges of evacuating across aerodynamically smooth wing surfaces. While wing design prioritizes airflow efficiency through polished, frictionless surfaces that optimize flight performance, these same characteristics create treacherous conditions for passengers attempting to traverse them during emergency water evacuations. Selected aircraft equipped with overwing emergency exits incorporate discrete anchor points for specialized escape ropes, establishing secure handhold pathways that enable safe passenger movement across potentially slippery wing surfaces. The presence of these features depends entirely on specific aircraft configurations and exit arrangements, representing yet another example of aviation engineers' meticulous attention to emergency scenarios that passengers hopefully will never encounter. The unexpected symphony of aircraft communication systems. Among the countless sophisticated systems integrated into modern aircraft cockpits lies a surprisingly mundane yet practical device. An aircraft horn that serves purposes entirely different from terrestrial vehicle applications. Unlike automotive horns designed for traffic communication, aircraft horns operate exclusively during ground operations, where their brief, attention-grabbing alerts prove invaluable for maintenance coordination and systems testing procedures. Technicians utilize a discrete cockpit button to activate these acoustic signals, providing an efficient method for communicating with ground crews during complex maintenance operations or when conducting pre-flight system verification protocols. This seemingly archaic device represents the pragmatic reality that even within the most technologically advanced machines, simple solutions often prove most effective for fundamental communication needs. The horn exemplifies aviation's philosophy of redundant communication systems, ensuring that critical information can be conveyed through multiple channels, regardless of technological complexity or electronic system availability. A sophisticated symphony of ground operations and aeronautical engineering marvels. The distinctive acoustic signature of aircraft horns resonates across airport tarmacs with unmistakable authority, serving as an essential communication bridge between cockpit technicians and ground maintenance personnel during complex pre-flight preparations and systematic aircraft inspections. This specialized auditory device occupies a modest position among the constellation of switches and controls adorning the flight deck, deliberately positioned as a discrete button, rather than the prominent steering wheel fixture found in automotive applications. The horn's distinctive timbre commands immediate attention across bustling airport environments, cutting through ambient noise with purposeful clarity that ensures critical maintenance communications reach their intended recipients without ambiguity. Beyond this fundamental signaling capability, contemporary aircraft incorporate sophisticated alert systems that generate specific cockpit sirens and tonal patterns designed to notify ground crews when particular aircraft systems require attention or exhibit operational anomalies, creating a comprehensive acoustic language that enables efficient maintenance coordination and troubleshooting procedures. The ingenious architecture of passenger navigation systems turbulence transforms even the most confident passengers into unwilling participants in an aerospace ballet of balance, dignity, and determination as they navigate the aircraft's narrow corridors while simultaneously battling gravitational forces and unpredictable motion vectors. However, aircraft interior designers have ingeniously incorporated subtle yet invaluable assistance features that most passengers overlook entirely. Those elegantly recessed grooves positioned beneath overhead storage compartments represent sophisticated handholds strategically integrated throughout the cabin architecture. These continuous rail systems enable passengers to maintain stable navigation along swaying aisles, providing the same stability advantages that allow flight attendants to demonstrate their characteristic grace and efficiency during service operations. Professional cabin crew members aren't superhuman in their ability to glide effortlessly through turbulent conditions. They're simply utilizing the engineered assistance features that manufacturers have thoughtfully embedded within the aircraft's interior framework, yet somehow neglected to prominently advertise for decades of commercial aviation operations. The strategic science of seating configurations and hidden comfort enhancements. Seating preferences reflect deeply personal priorities that vary dramatically among travelers, with approximately 50% of solo passengers gravitating toward window positions for their cinematic vistas and reduced interpersonal interactions during flight operations. However, window seat comfort levels depend significantly on aircraft fuselage geometry that most passengers never consider. Long-haul wide-body aircraft feature flatter sidewall configurations compared to the more pronounced curvature found on short-haul single-aisle designs, a structural distinction driven by taller fuselage dimensions that incidentally provides window passengers with enhanced shoulder clearance and additional headroom throughout their journey. Meanwhile, aisle seating offers its own strategic advantages through concealed mechanical features that demonstrate aviation's commitment to passenger comfort optimization. Many aircraft incorporate discrete release mechanisms positioned beneath outer armrests that allow the supposedly fixed armrest to pivot upward, instantly expanding hip clearance and leg movement freedom, while simultaneously serving the critical safety function of widening evacuation pathways during emergency scenarios. Even the universally maligned middle seat receives occasional redemption through innovative airline configurations, with forward-thinking carriers like Spirit Airlines discreetly adding an extra inch of width to center positions. Acknowledging the fundamental diplomatic challenges inherent in three-person seating arrangements and providing a modest yet meaningful comfort enhancement that can transform the passenger experience during extended flight operations. Revolutionary illumination technology and circadian rhythm management. Jet lag represents one of modern travel's most persistent challenges, manifesting as a biological rebellion, wherein circadian rhythms struggle to reconcile rapidly shifting time zones with internal chronobiological programming that relies heavily on environmental light cues for synchronization. Traditional aircraft cabins, sealed within their metallic cocoons and dependent on artificial illumination, inadvertently exacerbate this temporal disorientation by providing static lighting conditions that ignore destination-appropriate light cycles. However, cutting-edge aircraft like the Airbus A350 deploy sophisticated LED illumination systems capable of generating over 16 million distinct color combinations, enabling cabin environments to simulate destination-specific lighting profiles that gradually prepare passengers' biological clocks for upcoming time zone transitions. These intelligently choreographed lighting sequences utilize carefully calibrated hues and intensities to minimize post-arrival fatigue and optimize passengers' energy levels for their initial destination activities, representing a remarkable fusion of aerospace engineering and chronobiology that transforms the traditional flying experience into a therapeutic preparation for international travel adventures. The colossal world of aviation logistics and cargo operations. While passenger cabins capture public attention and imagination, the global economy's circulatory system pulses most powerfully within aircraft cargo holds where massive logistics networks orchestrate the movement of essential goods across continents with remarkable efficiency and precision. Major corporations like Amazon operate dedicated aviation fleets, utilizing specialized freighter aircraft such as the Boeing 777F that accommodate approximately 27 standard 10-foot pallets arranged in systematically optimized configurations designed to maximize cargo volume while maintaining proper weight distribution throughout flight operations. The ultimate showcase of aviation cargo capability manifested in aircraft like the Boeing 747 freighter, whose engineering masterpiece featured a hinged nose section that opened like an enormous vault door, enabling loading crews to accommodate oversized cargo items, including pallets measuring 12 feet in width and extraordinary lengths approaching 185 feet. Dimensions that dwarf iconic landmarks and enable transportation of specialized equipment ranging from racing vehicles to complete helicopters. The legendary Antonov Tu-25 Maria represented the absolute pinnacle of cargo aviation achievement, holding more than 120 official records as the heaviest aircraft ever constructed and demonstrating its capabilities by transporting the longest single air cargo load in aviation history, consisting of massive wind turbine blades loaded through its cavernous forward cargo bay. This singular aircraft's destruction during the 2022 Ukrainian conflict eliminated a truly irreplaceable aviation asset. Though reconstruction discussions continue with preliminary estimates suggesting multi-billion-dollar investments, and years of specialized manufacturing work would be required to restore this engineering marvel to operational status. The extraordinary engineering of landing systems and tire technology. The physics of commercial aircraft landings present extraordinary engineering challenges as massive machines weighing hundreds of tons contact runways at speeds exceeding 165 miles per hour, yet somehow avoid catastrophic tire failures through sophisticated materials, science, and structural engineering principles. Aircraft tires incorporate specialized conductive rubber compounds designed to safely dissipate static electrical charges generated during the intense friction of takeoff and landing operations, while multiple reinforcing plies provide exceptional durability against the brutal mechanical stresses imposed by these brief yet extreme loading conditions. Inflation pressures reaching 6 times typical automotive levels provide the structural rigidity necessary to support enormous aircraft weights while maintaining optimal contact patch characteristics for braking and directional control. Rather than adopting larger tire designs similar to heavy trucking applications, aviation engineers deliberately select smaller wheel assemblies that minimize weight penalties, while distributing loads across multiple contact points for enhanced flexibility and redundancy. Landing gear complexity scales dramatically with aircraft size. While typical narrow-body commercial jets operate with relatively modest wheel counts, the massive Tu-25 required 32 individual tires, including 20 steerable units to manage maximum takeoff weights exceeding 640 metric tons. Despite enduring tremendous punishment during each landing cycle, properly maintained aircraft tires can withstand approximately 400 landings operations before replacement becomes necessary, demonstrating remarkable durability considering the extreme forces involved in commercial aviation operations. Visionary concepts in aviation safety and modular aircraft design. Contemporary aviation safety statistics reveal that modern commercial flight operations achieve remarkable survival rates exceeding 95% even during incident scenarios. Yet innovative engineers continue pursuing revolutionary safety enhancements that could further transform passenger protection during emergency situations. Engineer Vladimir Tatarenko's groundbreaking 2016 proposal envisioned detachable passenger compartments capable of separating from aircraft during catastrophic emergencies, utilizing parachute systems and inflatable structures to achieve safe ground or water landings independent of the primary aircraft structure. While this audacious concept faces significant implementation challenges related to weight penalties, operational complexity, and limited applicability during certain emergency scenarios such as controlled flight into terrain situations, the underlying modular principles could revolutionize airline operational efficiency through rapid cabin exchange systems that enable passengers to board terminal-based modules, while aircraft undergo refueling and turnaround procedures. This innovative approach would eliminate traditional passenger boarding delays, streamline baggage handling operations, and fundamentally transform airport ground operations by separating passenger loading from aircraft servicing activities. Such modular configurations could dramatically reduce turnaround times while enhancing passenger comfort through climate-controlled boarding environments removed from busy airport ramps and their associated noise, weather, and safety considerations, representing a paradigm shift that addresses multiple operational challenges simultaneously while maintaining the hidden world of flight's commitment to revealing aviation's most fascinating innovations and future possibilities.